So I finally got around to making a video on my toaster body that I made for automation that my brother requested me to do. Turns out I forgot to unjank my OBS settings from last time I had recorded something, which was for the Q&A. We'll try it out later in the video, or rather try it out again for me. But for now, we're just going to make a competitor to the BMW iSetter and the Peel P50. Starting off, we are going to give it fiberglass body panels. It is going to be a monocoque chassis made out of steel, and it is going to be mid-transverse. So I guess that makes this the bonnet. So no boot space, but of course, why would it have boot space? It is going to have McPherson strut at the front, and probably McPherson strut at the rear, as it's the most compact thing we can have. It's going to be from the 70s, because that's when this body is from. And as for the engine, we are going to go for a small little inline 3. So it's going to have basically no bore. Let's go 60mm of bore, and then as for the stroke, we'll make it just a 600cc engine. Then, as for the internals, what we're probably going to do is we're going to want it to rev high. So we're going to go forged steel light, and then forged light, and probably just hypertectic cast, as, I mean, cast light would be better, but I like the idea of hypertectic cast. And we'll give it a harmonic damper, because it's probably going to need it. As for the ignition system, it's going to be a 2-barrel carb, just with a pretty just compact intake manifold, because that's what we're going to need. And 1972, yeah, we'll give it just regular leaded fuel and a compact cast header. Probably no mufflers either, and rev it out to 7,000 RPM. We'll reduce our compression ratio to 9:1, and probably increase our cam profile to about 50. That will give us a decent amount of power. About 33 should be fine, to be honest. I wouldn't believe we would need any more than that. Let's just give it a sound. Give it a sound, give it a listen. Not the loudest thing in the world, but whatever, it's fine. I mean, it's only a half-litre inline 3, so wouldn't expect it to be too loud. Obviously, it's got to be rear-wheel drive, and we'll give it an automatic 2-speed, and we'll give it an open differential. Give it radial tyres, hard long life, and probably just 105 on the width. Maybe we'll go 125. As I've learnt from the Nissan Toaster, you don't want it to be too short on the old, not too short, too thin. About 75 outwards seems pretty good. And we'll give it solid, I think drum brakes should be fine, hopefully. No under tray, probably 15 brake flow-ish. Apparently apparently it can fit 2 people. Maybe, potentially. I'd say we'll keep it 2-seater, and we'll see just a basic interior with a basic AM radio. As for the steering, it's going to be manual recirculating ball, maybe? No, we'll just give it manual rack and pinion. Standard 70 safety, progressive springs, gas monotube dampers, and passive sway bars. And we'll give it a normal preset. Got some oversteer to fix. So what we can do is we can just stiffen up the front suspension a bit. And that should hopefully fix the issue a little bit. Remove all the front camber. Not really done much. Doesn't help that it's rear engine. Not too sure what else we can do in terms of the oversteer issue. Yeah, that's definitely an issue. So top speed, lower that a bit. There we go. Lower it a lot, apparently. Apparently it can only reach 120 kilometers an hour. What if we give it a 3-speed? That should hopefully improve our top speed. Well, not really improve our top speed, but it'll improve our fuel efficiency a bit. So we'll give it overdrive so that it only reaches top speed in 2nd gear. And then that should improve our fuel economy a little bit. I can't really think of what else to do, because like we still have that oversteer issue. But that's just an issue of the car itself. So yeah, I'll see you in beamng after the time lapse. And here we are in beamng.drive with the Brassel 8E. Apparently my glass is just invisible. That's fun. I genuinely no idea why that's happened. Weird. Yeah, so totally doesn't look like a Pokeball. Oops. Yeah, let's just give it a test around the automation test track handling circuit. I think I did a pretty good job with this car, especially with the interior. I did the best that I could with the, basically what I had on hand. Oh, the wood grain texture's not exported, that's annoying. Oh well. I can probably fix it at some point, maybe. Who knows? Yeah. Handles quite well. I did have to fix the oversteer issue, so it's got a fair margin of toe-in on the rear. It drives quite well. I'm currently flooring it, and we're not going very fast, so I don't know. Ooh, that was not expected. I don't expect this thing to be the greatest in the world. The wheels do clip, so that's going to be... it's just a minor inconvenience. Probably should have moved them further inwards, but again, that's just something else I can fix in the future at some point if I want to. How much does this weigh in Beam? Control-Shift-N. It weighs 391 kilos. That's pretty good. I'm actually quite happy that we're able to properly make cars that weigh this little and have them actually work. So definitely props to Infinity for, you know, actually making the exporter work for once. There's still some minor issues, but it's fine. And spun again. I don't remember if I said it in the previous segment or not, but it's a 3-speed automatic now, so should be fine. Go over the interior in a moment, but it handles quite well. It does like to drift out a bit, but it's overall controllable. Sorry for my dogs barking in the background. Currently there's a thunderstorm approaching, so that's what they would be barking at. But yeah, so I've accidentally pressed Shift V, not Shift C. Yeah, so very basic interior. We have the gear shifter here. Then as you can see, if you watch the time lapse, I duplicated it and added this thing here. This is the handbrake. It's one of them twist and pull handbrakes, or twist and push handbrakes, depending on if you're enabling it or disabling the handbrake. It's a 2-seater, as we can see by the bench seat. Something I discovered when making this car is that they finally added in a flat-floored interior thing, so there's no tunnel with it, which with this car is absolutely perfect because it is rear-engined. The engine actually fits quite well. Let's do Control N. Does the... I've turned the car off, that's why. Does the exhaust come out properly? No, it does not. Handbrake. Yeah, so the exhaust doesn't come out properly, but that's fine. Yeah, so overall, I like the look of it quite a lot, even if it is a Pokeball. Yeah, I did try to do the roof. I did even separate the door bit of the roof and the not door bit of the roof. And apparently I forgot to mirror that fixture, but yeah, there's no fixture that I could use to do this bit here, so I didn't bother. But for the most part, I've done it, and so I'm happy with it. So hopefully you all are happy with it as well. And yeah, let's head over to Hirochi Raceway. Let's say let's do the short circuit on that and see just how fast it can go. Here we are at Hirochi Raceway, barely hitting the rev limiter before the race starts, or not the race, but the time trial. Again, apologies for the dogs. Up to 80 kilometers an hour now, which is impressive. I'm actually surprised. Yeah, it was set. Can't speak apparently. It was supposed to get up to 100 kilometers an hour in 25 seconds, but just then it did it in 15, so maybe in automation it's not accounting for a neutral dump, which would make sense, because obviously we wouldn't have much power or torque at the beginning without a neutral dump. Handling it quite well until just then. Very good at rotating the car in reverse, so wasn't able to perform that J-turn-esque turn very well. But so far, so good. Next, after this, I'm going to show off the Nissan toaster, or well, just the toaster, in beamng and do a 1 lap around this circuit as well. And yeah, overall, handles quite good. It's a bit of a mini sports car. If it had more power and more grip, like, this would be quite good as a sports car. And again, apologies for any noise in the background. I don't entirely know if you can hear it, to be honest, but it's either my dog's barking or my mum yelling at my dog's barking. Yeah. So it is a 1 minute 50 second lap time. That's pretty good. So yeah, onto the Nissan toaster now. I'm pretty sure you can't hear anything because of my noise gate that I've set up, so again, sorry if you do. I really don't want it to happen. I don't really have a choice at the moment. And here is the Nissan toaster. As you can see, there is a couple issues. So this bit here, I do know how to fix this now. So I might fix it at some point. I don't know. To be honest, I'm a bit lazy when it comes to that. But yeah, it is pretty cool. My favorite part is the plug exhaust. And yeah, it does require some messing about to get it to work. So this is a tune that works. And let's see how well it can go. It is also rear-wheel drive, same as the Brassil 8e. But this has a lot more power because it's from 2012. Ooh, ABS not working there. That's weird. But yeah, it's got a lot more power because it's 2012. It's also a 1.8 litre inline 3, so that does also make a difference. But yeah, it's dual overhead cam, 4 valves per cylinder, so it's pretty powerful for the size and weight of it. It's 400 kilos. Did not mean to cut that corner there. I just did not slow down enough for it. Oh dear. Thankfully no damage, but it's incredibly drift happy. I really should have added some toe-in on the rear, but oh well. Yeah, it didn't really export properly. It does not want to turn. The front wheels just not rolling at full lock, which is annoying because obviously if your tires aren't rolling, you're not going to turn. So yeah, coming into the final corner before the S's. Yeah, not happy about what I'm doing. It is a 10-speed advanced automatic, and I chose that because normally toasters have around 10 settings, 10 numbers, and so the idea was that we would go for 1 speed per setting. It does like to wheelie if you drive it wrong enough or correct enough, depending on your definitions. Yeah, coming up to the line, nearly 2 minutes, well, over 2 minutes. It's like a 2-minute 4. Not bad. It's definitely worse than the 8e, but pretty sure that's a lot better than I was able to manage last time I tried it. So yeah, for now, let's go on to the car jump arena. So yeah, it's a bit of a shorter video today as well, I'm just trying to get back into the groove of making videos after not being able to for a couple of weeks due to the ear infection I had. So yeah, getting a good chunk of speed up. Nearly at 200 kilometers an hour, so hopefully we should reach a good solid distance. Oh, never mind. Only 270-ish. Yeah, so I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, let me know by either leaving a like down below or commenting. Something got in my throat. Or commenting down below what you enjoyed specifically about the video. Barely did not make it into the pool there, that's a bit disappointing. But yeah, feel free to join my Discord, link in the description down below, if you want to have updates on what's coming up next. Planning on eventually doing an event of some sort on there, potentially a 6 hours of Spa. It's probably going to be in Forza Motorsport, but yeah, I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you all next time.